The scriptures present the Christmas story in terms of people's reactions to it. The shepherds reacted to Jesus' birth with utter amazement. Mary reacted with somber consideration. The prophets, Simeon and Anna, when they encountered the baby Jesus in the temple, they responded with overwhelming relief. The Magi reacted with reverent seeking, and Herod responded with violence. And people have been responding dramatically to that story ever since. The Christmas story is about the coming of Emmanuel, God with us, the appearance of God in an accessible way on earth. And it's interesting to think how people might respond to that. I mean, if God suddenly appeared right in front of you, how would you react? Shock? Worship? Fear? Guilt? And if God suddenly appeared right in front of you in the form of a crying baby, how would you react to that? I mean, it's a confounding thing. The Lord sent His presence, His deliverance into the world in a way that required good people to react gently and protectively. You know, we say that God is a God of grace, and we usually think about that in terms of Him showing grace to us, and Jesus' coming was God's grace to us. But the Lord's Christmas overture, His coming as a baby, required that at least some people respond with grace and tenderness toward Him. And you've always got to ask, what does that say about God? If someone handed me a wrinkly, wiggly, crying, poopy baby and told me that I was holding God with us, I don't know. I guess I just have to give them the benefit of the doubt, because it wouldn't be immediately intuitive to me. You'd think that if God appeared, He'd do it in a way that proved Himself, but instead He did it in a way that required the benefit of the doubt, that required our gracious consideration. It makes me think about the areas in my life where I have this notion that God hasn't proven Himself to me yet. And what would it be like if I gave Him the benefit of the doubt in those places? If I received Him like I would receive a baby, protectively and nurturingly. The truth about Christmas always strikes me. As God treats us with grace and tenderness, He asks us to treat Him the same way. And it tells you that He's not really seeking a status. He's crafting a certain sort of relationship, because that's how good relationships work. It makes sense. And besides, if I treat God with grace and tenderness, I'll probably better understand His tenderness toward me. You have to appreciate grace if you're going to understand God's truth. You've got to admit, this is an interesting God.